Residents of Botoku community in the North Deyi district of the Volta region appeal to telecommunications service to providers to come to their aid following years without proper access to mobile network connectivity. Later on Business Edge, we will be looking at the import and export sector going into 2026. This and more coming up now. Please stay with us. Thank you very much for staying with us. We're coming live to you from the Ikea Wahima studio here at Northridge. My name again is Helen Anyeweja, and we are starting from here. Now, President John Dramani Mahama has used his Christmas message to reaffirm his message, his administration's commitment to the Resetting Ghana agenda, describing it as a central framework for economic recovery, inclusive growth, and national renewal. Reflecting on his first Christmas since returning to office, President Mahama expressed gratitude to Ghanaians for the confidence reposed in his leadership. At the heart of the president's message was his government's determination to confront Ghana's economic challenges and create opportunities for all citizens under the Resetting Ghana agenda. He explained that resetting Ghana would require collective effort, unity, and resilience, stressing that rebuilding the economy cannot be achieved in isolation. The president reiterated his administration's resolve to complete stalled infrastructure projects inherited from previous governments, describing them as critical to equitable and sustainable development. These include road networks, energy projects, hospitals, and schools. President Mahama urged Ghanaians to draw inspiration from the spirit of Christmas, describing the season as a moment for reflection, renewal, and shared purpose. Now, away from that, Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman has called on the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development to ensure that it revives Adomabo Fisheries College in the central region. According to her, there is more the country can generate, such that it can increase the depleting fish stock. Okay, we apologize for that hitches there. We are going for a very short break. When we come back, there's more on the news.
Oh, Jose, and I'm the Kanini pano na sana mishuya na wodeme. Edre na adi me nkwano Kingdom Garlic Bitters.
No, benefit him.
Me benefit why? Also kwato wo de.
Abrewa, this mama abrente me shuve.
Unanti kakra na wabre. Nom Kingdom Garlic Bitters ene ne capsules. Nenya hoden abre bia.
Kingdom Garlic Bitters ene ne capsules. Asembia nhu.
Edeben we hu ama wani agise. Senior na me wife company won personal. Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules nti. Se sia mpaso aye de.
Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules. Emani tie ni asumdie befi abre bia. Oba bia o de po ahaw no. Edro ba kupa wo hia ne Tremendous Capsules. Tremendous Capsules esiesie wo ma wo ye oba asima. Enro yi wo benya bi wo ba bia ye ton nro bia. Kingdom Herbal, no challenger.
In a world where security is paramount, peace of mind should be a necessity and not a luxury. This is why Virtual Security Africa has created a special discount package up to 30% on our 4 and 8 channel high definition cameras. We are more affordable now than ever. With as low as 4,130 Ghana cedis, you can get 4 high definition cameras, 3 terabyte hard drive, cables, and a digital video recorder. With 6,440 Ghana cedis, you will get 8 high-definition cameras, 3 terabyte hard drive, cables, and a digital video recorder. Why choose us? Because we offer top-tier quality you can trust, lifetime after-sale support, 2 years warranty, and you can view our systems remotely. Sidinoa PK. Spend less, secure more. Call us on 055 874 0764 and 050 331 4068. Virtual Security Africa. We will beat the advertised price of any security product of comparable quality.
At the heart of Amasaman, along the Akran-Sawam Road, something fresh is growing. At Pop Farms, we raise 100% organic broilers, naturally fed, humanly raised, and processed with the highest hygiene standards. Whether you're feeding a family at home, serving dinners in your restaurant, stocking your supermarket, or running a busy chore bar, Pop Farms delivers freshly frozen, premium quality chicken straight from our farm to your table. Fast, reliable doorstep delivery, fair prices, grown with care right here in Ghana. Clean, healthy, local, organic. That's the Pop Farms promise. Call us today on 024-777-3668 or 054-290-4156 or email sales@popfarmsgh.com. Pop Farms, raising the standard of poultry in Ghana.
Pop Farms chicken, naturally raised, honestly delivered. Welcome back from the break. We do apologize for the hitches there. Now, Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman has called on the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development to ensure that it revives the Anambo Fisheries College in the Central Region. According to her, there is more the country can generate with such facility to increase the depleting fish stock. She made the call when she visited the ministry as part of her official working visit and stakeholder engagement.
I shared my experience with some of the thinking that led to the establishment of the Fisheries College, Anamabo. And many big researches just most of the time begin with simple questions. How come in a certain part of the world they rely so heavily on fish, but they never complain about overfishing? How come we have, I think, a sizable coastline and we don't get enough fish? So what's the problem? And then you notice that in some countries, I think in Japan and South Korea, to be specific, they have what they call fisheries secondary schools. I was amazed when I visited them, fisheries secondary schools. And I say, in my country, when you fish, it's like you committed a crime. Shame on us. How can you disrespect the people who are feeding you? And they have raised it to that level where it's okay. And I was amazed about 2 labs that I found in 2 places where they breed the fish in labs and then they release them into the sea. So I remember we went to, it wasn't a fight, it was pleading with the Anamabo chief to give us land at the beach so we can have our labs there. I don't know what has happened, of course. Anyway, these are all things we can revive at some point so that we can leave the proper legacies for our country. This is very important.
Thank you for
disrupting us affirmatively. And yes, we will be knocking down on your doors. Especially around the issue of blue economy. Blue economy cuts across about 7 sectors in this country. The cabinet has taken the decision that the Blue Economy Commission should be under this ministry. But we believe that there should be a very high-level interministerial team that should be in place. So, Prof, we shall come to sit down with you to sort these things out as we begin the new year. Thank you.
Now, teachers and students and residents of the Botoku community in the North Dahi districts of the Volta region are appealing to telecommunications service providers to come to their aid by extending mobile network services to the community. According to them, they feel abandoned by successive governments as they continue to live without access to mobile network connectivity.
Botoku, one of the largest communities in the North Dai district of the Volta region, is largely agrarian and has basic social amenities, including schools and a health center. Despite these, residents continue to grapple with poor mobile network coverage, making phone calls and communication extremely difficult. Many are forced to walk long distances to specific locations, including open spaces and the cemetery, just to get a weak signal. The challenge has also disrupted mobile money services, compelling residents to travel to nearby communities such as Vako and Afuegan to carry out basic transactions. Believe Dompre, a senior high school student who returns home during the double-track break, says she hoped to use the internet for virtual learning and research, but finds it almost impossible due to poor network access. She appealed for urgent support.
Sometimes if they give us research to come and do in the house, it's very difficult for us to do our research. Sometimes we have to go to other towns before we can get internet to do the work. And those who we are in SHS, when we came back to the house, we have a lot of project work to do.
The Kusamol and Ista Mamatu, both teachers in Botoku, say education is suffering the most as the current curriculum requires internet access to obtain teaching and learning materials.
It's making our stay here very difficult. Most of our colleagues, when they come, because of the network challenge, they find me a way and leave. Just that some of us have been managing. If you want to do anything, if you want to run any online course, I did mine some few years back. It wasn't easy.
Teaching and learning has been affected in a big way because this curriculum that we are using now, there's a lot of things that we have to go to the online before we teach the kids. But because of the network, teaching of those subjects or the topics, we find it very difficult.
The vice principal of Botoku Technical Institute, Eho Elliott, says the network challenge is discouraging both teachers and students from accepting postings to the school.
The school take off enrollment to the school or maybe the admission to school this year was very bad just because of network. They sent about 30 students to the school, but even those 30 students did not come.
Away from that, let's do health now. Due to the increasing rate of mental deaths at the Zabila District Hospital, a young man from the area who is an artist has decided to pay for the medical bills of some women in the maternity wards. Our Upper East Regional Correspondent Ibrahim Abode has more in this report.
The Zabila District Hospital has recorded an increase in maternal deaths this year. In August alone, the hospital recorded 4 maternal deaths, which sparked outreach among the youth of the area. As a result, Flameboy Starborn, an artist, is supporting the women with the payment of their medical bills.
Always, I won't forget where I'm coming from. I know I'm from a poor background. The Northerners, we suffer a lot. One key thing that motivates me to work hard is I want to make my people proud, make them feel like yes, no matter how your situation, you can get some money. And this doesn't mean I get too much. This doesn't mean I have too much. But just that I just want my people to know that wherever I go, I will never forget about them, and I will never forget where I'm coming from.
Receiving the gesture, senior midwife at the Zebila District Hospital, Aminatu Adams, thanked the artist and indicated that it is uncommon for people to extend such gestures to patients at the hospital.
We are very, very grateful for a young life like this, having this idea in mind, to come to the aid of the needy, not in needy as such. Some can afford, but he having that mind coming to help them. In fact, we are very grateful for that. And wherever he thinks to go to, we are praying that Almighty Allah should continue to guide him, to make him the most important person for his parents as they are seeing him.
Inspiring one there now. The Anglo-Gan community has been thrown into deep mourning following a tragic bee invasion at the Anglo-Gan Evangelical Presbyterian School, claiming the lives of 2 children. The incident occurred shortly after a carol service on the school compound. A Volta regional reporter, Gabriel Asempa, has more. That happened shortly after the carol service, and our reporter was there to file the report.
What began as a peaceful gathering quickly turned chaotic when a swarm of bees reportedly invaded the area, attacking pupils and triggering panic among both children and adults. Among the victims was a 9-year-old girl, described by residents as a special child, who fought bravely for her life after sustaining multiple bee stings. Despite frantic efforts to save her, she sadly succumbed to her injuries. Her prolonged struggle before her death has left the family and the wider community emotionally shattered. A few hours after news of her death, another affected child reportedly passed away, deepening the shock and sorrow. There are also unconfirmed reports that a 3rd child may have died, heightening fear and trauma among residents as families anxiously await official confirmation. Speaking in grief, the father of the first deceased child, Edwin Yao Ameovi, recounted the incident as narrated to him by his wife, describing the tragedy as a devastating shock to both the family and the community.
The bees covered her entire body, and those nearby were too frightened to intervene because of the sheer magnitude of the swarm. In the chaos, some people sprayed perfume in an attempt to drive the bees away. She was quickly rushed to a nearby clinic by her mother and later referred to the Keita Government Hospital, where she sadly passed away.
The father of the 2nd child, Emmanuel Kumeko, also expressed his grief, describing the tragedy as unfortunate and deeply shocking to his family.
I expected the school to have closed by 10 a.m. because they are children and it was a vacation day. By the time we arrived at the school, the bees had already entered his nose and ears. We did everything we could to save him, but unfortunately, he did not survive.
The assemblyman for Lashibi Tagba electoral area, Johnson Bokovi, also spoke to Metro News on the incident.
I tried my possible best when I see that 4 of them were in dry condition, and I told the doctor that those people, their problem is very serious. So we have to send them to Keita Government Hospital. We are with them, and about 1 hour time, 1 girl died.
The Ghana Education Service says it is working closely with the Ghana National Fire Service, the National Disaster Management Organization, and the Anglo-Gan District Assembly to eliminate the habitat of the bees responsible for a deadly attack at Anglo-Gan EP Basic School in the Volta region, and to put measures in place to prevent a recurrence.
Let's do more social stories now. Now, development issues took center stage in Kasoa in the central region as religious leaders, government officials, and community members converge for a stakeholders and community forum organized by Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council. The engagement held at the Church of Pentecost in Kasoa served as a platform for duty bearers to account for ongoing and planned development projects.
The forum formed part of efforts by Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council to deepen community participation in governance and promote accountability at the local level. Residents who attended were particularly keen on receiving updates on road infrastructure, a major challenge affecting daily lives, business activities and transportation within Kasoa and its surrounding communities. Addressing the gathering, the Member of Parliament for Gomoa East, De Graft Peitu, provided updates on key road projects within the constituency.
We use the tipper truck and the drip machines to bring in foreign materials. Depending on the nature of the place, we go as far as Tuba to bring in the bigger course of loose latrites. Then we also go to get loose latrites from Luye and Co to come and then fill the place before we use the machines to level it up. And we have done 91 kilometers of internal road extension.
Seth Banini, Municipal Chief Executive of Ehutu Senya East, highlighted achievements within his first year, including 90 kilometers of road completion and the refurbishment of 10 abandoned classrooms. He promised more projects in 2026.
I want to assure you that when you come to Gomoa East, there are one or two roads which are more disturbing, especially the one that goes to Nyinyang. I know a lot of people live there, and then the one that go to Pentecost, these Millennium, that Pentecost, these two particular roads, Apostle Chairman have picked and I've worked on it. I've sent it to urban roads. They've worked on it, they've approved, and is now at the ministry.
Apostle Francis Asari, District Head of Church of Pentecost Kasoa, thanked leaders for their work and pledged ongoing engagement to hold them accountable.
This year, 2025, then am I. Most of them MC for one more the ground. We implemented my vision. It's a meeting where I share MC 9 Nakasawa and watch friends and by my yellow and 2 gutters, 2 my ballroom and 2 lights, my essay 20. Now, where's my number?
Participants at the forum expressed optimism that the assurances given will lead to tangible improvements in road networks, education, and other critical sectors as Kasoa continues to experience rapid population growth and urban expansion.
Now, we're from the traditional authorities and local government officials in Gomoa Bujumbura in the central region have intensified efforts to enforce sanitation laws as concerns mounts over indiscriminate waste disposal. The move formed part of activities at this year's Bujumbura homecoming celebration, where residents took part in a community cleanup exercise.
Addressing the gathering, Queen Mother of Gomoa Bujumbura, Obahima Ikuya Sabah I, issued a stern warning to residents against polluting the environment. She cautioned that anyone caught dumping refuse indiscriminately will be summoned to the palace to face sanctions. Community Chairman of Gomoa Bujumbura, Jenkins Abuaji, expressed concern over growing cultural decay and environmental neglect.
The
Gomoa East Environmental Health Director, Robertson Dahu, warned residents who have connected toilets and bathroom pipes to open gutters to disconnect them or face prosecution.
So why you not saying me task force, sanitation task force here in I just saw more. And as a one who be not over to me, actually,
authorities say the enforcement will be intensified to ensure a cleaner and healthier environment in Gomoa Bujumbura.
From that, the convener of the arbitration pitch, Lorraine Dakwa, has expressed confidence that initiatives such as the arbitration pitch will significantly impact the growth and development of Ghana's arbitration fraternity, particularly by nurturing the next generation of dispute resolution professionals.
The arbitration page has launched a disputes convocation, Young Professionals edition, under the theme Arbitration as a Launchpad, equipping young professionals for the future of dispute resolution, aimed at strengthening capacity and mentorship within Ghana's arbitration space. Convener of TAP, Lauren Dakwa, explained that the program seeks to broaden the knowledge base of arbitration practitioners and position them to meet emerging global standards.
This is a program that seeks to convene arbitration practitioners who are looking to learn, who are looking to network, who are looking to further their knowledge in arbitration. And I believe that this is here to stay for many years to come, and the Ghanaian fraternity would grow because of this. You know, when we look at alternative dispute resolution, we are talking about negotiation, mediation. Arbitration is just one of them. And once we start focusing on arbitration, we realize that even to get to the arbitration section, we have to do some negotiation, sometimes some mediation. So I'm looking at all these different methods of resolving disputes rising so that everybody doesn't have to have their day in court.
Delivering the keynote address, Justice Nene Amegacha noted that Ghana has the potential to become a leading arbitration hub in West Africa.
Sector specialization will grow in importance as arbitration in construction, energy, mining, and intellectual property demands highly skilled, knowledgeable practitioners. Regional leadership is within our reach, as Ghana has the potential to become a hub for arbitration in West Africa, offering a stable, reliable, and respected forum from cross-border disputes.
Several legal practitioners and industry stakeholders also address participants.
The relationship between the institutional lawyer and the Attorney General's office should improve. In my time, it was good enough. And also, the question I ask myself is that if the Attorney General is the chief legal advisor, shouldn't they all who are acting for government be part of the Attorney General's office?
Arbitration is often praised for its flexibility, efficiency, and procedural autonomy. We speak frequently about strategy, advocacy skills, tribunal dynamics, and procedural rules. And at this convocation, you're going to be treated to a healthy diet of these issues.
I would like to thank the organizer for this singular honor. I am most grateful, and thank all my colleagues for supporting this.
Politics now. The Minister for Local Government, Ahmed Ibrahim, has underscored the importance of self-discipline in political leadership, describing it as the backbone of effective governance and stressing that Parliament's legislative and oversight functions can only thrive in an atmosphere of discipline and candor. He made the remarks when members of the Youth Parliament paid a courtesy visit to Parliament.
According to the Member of Parliament, no political ambition can thrive without self-discipline, stressing that discipline remains the backbone of effective leadership and responsible governance. He explained that Parliament's core functions, legislation, lawmaking, and oversight can only be carried out effectively in an atmosphere of discipline and candor.
I strongly believe that with what you have seen, now, by the time you get back to Sunyani, you'll be bold and you'll be courageous. And you can now speak to say that now I know what Parliament is. And I've been to the Parliament of Ghana. But there is another leg. If you want to be a future MP, means you must start disciplining yourself, comporting yourself, leading a life that is worthy of emulation, getting closer to your member of parliament to be mentored on what is good and what is not good.
Meanwhile, the Chief Executive Officer of Global Media Foundation, Raphael Godlove Ahenu, said the Adolescent Parliament initiative is aimed at mobilizing young people and nurturing them in political, social, and economic issues at an early stage.
The adolescent parliamentarians number. So Mombe said the parliament said the Niama is possible.
The adolescent parliament is here to learn, here to understand parliamentary proceedings and do well in the future. He noted that the program is designed to groom the youth into becoming matured, disciplined, and responsible.
Days on Good Afternoon Ghana. My name is Helena Nyeweja. There's more after this break. Do stay with us.
I'm a branch manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
This Christmas, Cartus Agri Limited is bringing you freshness, flavor, and festive joy straight to your home and office. Right here in Accra, Kumasi, Cape Coast, and Takrade. Cartus Agri, your #1 poultry plug. Fresh birds, sweet eggs, delivered with love. Get ready for our juicy Midofopa package. You get 1 broiler, 1 layer, 2 crates of eggs, plus our special chicken spices. All for only 450 Ghana cedis. Midofopa, sweet value for you. Or go big with our Coco Bolobo package. That is 2 broilers, 2 layers, 2 crates of eggs, and chicken spices, just for 800 Ghana cedis. A Coco Bolobo. More chicken, more joy. And for families and corporate bodies ready to feast, try our Odon Soda package. 3 broilers, 3 layers, 3 crates of eggs, plus spices for only 1,200 Ghana cedis. Order now, enjoy more. And the best part is, corporate orders come with free delivery. Terms and conditions apply. Call us now. 0558 376127 or 0241 674268 or 020-331-5557. This Christmas, choose Cartus Agri Limited. Cartus Agri Limited. Freshness you can trust.
Catch me. I didn't know when this assassin.
But say if one who fasonia empra in fear.
Na you won't hear me. And in fear.
Asemi to me a man in your best way. Who bet to me cool. Mr. David.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest woman in the world by your side.
And they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor and help her people. To Alvaro, ambition is stronger than his dream, And this greed will lead him to commit the worst betrayal to the woman he loves.
I will have a husband no matter what.
Samantha, will you please marry me?
Turning all her dreams into painful disappointments and dangerous consequences.
I've been waiting for you to answer my calls, Alvaro. I haven't heard anything from you. I've sent you so many messages, but you've never responded.
Have you left the bus station?
I just want to pay my debt and get out of here.
Her photographs are going to sell fast, and she will be our gold mine. Our clients will love those.
Are you looking for a boyfriend? Are you all right?
You Are the One, proudly sponsored by The Luckiest, Appointed Time Printing, Kingdom Mixture, Some.
From finding your dream home to building a legacy for your family, the Homeowner Show has been your trusted guide.
How sure are you what you're getting is the right land? And it has to do with searches, land commission, checking social planning authority, checking everything to make sure that what you are buying is not a problem or a challenge prone transaction.
The stress of even not owning a house and constantly coughing up to rent is a big issue.
Join me, Hannah Atiasi, and my distinguished panelists as we delve into exciting conversations. Season 3 of The Homeowner Show, every Saturday at 6 p.m., only on Metro TV. Don't just own a house, build a legacy for your family.
Today is the 23rd of December 2025. It's Tuesday, and you're welcome to the program Business Edge here on Metro TV. My name is Desmond Okreko-Danso, and of course, we had the news updates earlier. We've got till 2 p.m. on the show today. Let me say a Merry Christmas to all of you. Town is really choked. A lot of traffic everywhere. It's crazy. It's crazy, but let's just find a way around it, and let's all be safe during this period. The show is live on Facebook at Metro TV Ghana, also on DSTV channel 277, and we are live on 94.1 FM. So you notice that in the past few weeks, there have been conversations about transport in the country, where the Road Traffic Amendment Bill was passed in Parliament, and we've had conversations with Uber drivers, with motorcycle users or Okada users. We've also talked to tricycle operators in the country, and it's all towards making sure that our roads are safe for use. Yesterday, we spoke to the MTTD about what is happening on our roads, and as we get into this Yuletide, how we can be safe on the roads as pedestrians, passengers, and also drivers. Well, today we have an exclusive conversation that we're going to be playing for you, where my colleague Dominic Ansapra, who is our parliamentary correspondent, had a chat with the board chair of the Road Fund and also the chairperson of the Roads and Transport Select Committee in Parliament about issues surrounding the road and transport sector in the country, and then conversations about this Yuletide. So we've got that for you. When that is done, we'll be talking to Samson Asakia Wingobit, and we'll be talking to him about importers and exporters, how this season is going for them, and also looking at the year round, how it has been for them. There's the introduction of some new system at the port. Is it helping? Is it not helping? What can be done to make sure that it gets better? We'll get into that conversation also right here on Business Day. So stay with us. For now, we're going to be speaking to the Member of Parliament for Wassa East, as my colleague Dominic Ansapra spoke to him in Parliament. Let's take listen to that interview.
We're here in Parliament, Job 600, here in the office of Member of Parliament for Wassa East, Honorable Isaac Ejay Mensah. We want to discuss matters around transportation, our roads, and a lot more that I believe will benefit or will help the Ghanaian people. The Road Traffic Amendment Bill was passed recently in Parliament. There's a lot that goes in. Here is the chairman with us. We want to discuss matters with him here on Good Afternoon Ghana to see how possible best we can all smile throughout the passage of this bill. Good afternoon. You're live on Good Afternoon Ghana.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you doing, sir?
Not too bad at all in yourself.
Great. By the grace of God, I'm fine.
It's nice talking to you.
Awesome. Awesome. You're looking sharp.
Thank you.
Your skill on the floor of Parliament is awesome. The way you debate, the way you talk, the way you go about your reports and comments and contributions are awesome.
Thank you.
I must commend you because I've seen it for myself.
Thank you. I was grateful.
Wonderful. It's Christmas. Yeah, what are the preparations for Christmas?
Yes, Christmas is a normal ritual. Every year you want to celebrate Christmas, and especially as Christians, we want to wish ourselves well. And nationally, all over the world, Christmas is celebrated. So I wish everyone, each and everyone, Merry Christmas. More especially my constituents, Wassa East, the chiefs and people of Wassa East and Western region. More importantly, I want to wish the first family Merry Christmas. And they've been so good to me. They have, on several occasions, given me the opportunity to serve. And so now that he is back into politics again, in power again, we pray for God's guidance and protection for him and their family. And so around this time that we are preparing for Christmas, it's only good for me to wish him and his family Merry Christmas. And of course, nationally, I wish all of yourselves also Merry Christmas.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Let's delve deeper into your jurisdiction, what you do best. That's the chairman on the Roads and Transportation Committee in Parliament. What is the policy direction regarding the bill that was passed?
Thank you. As you rightly said, our committee is responsible. It has the oversight responsibilities for roads and transportation. Roads, I mean the urban roads, feeder roads, highways, and road fund. And for transportation or transport, we have oversight responsibility for the transport ministry with all the agencies, about 15 agencies, GAPOHA, GASEM, Ghana Civil Aviation, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, and many more. So we have that responsibility, oversight responsibility towards these two main ministries. But we're not talking about the Road Traffic Amendment Bill.
Yes.
So that is an amendment to the Traffic Amendment Bill of 2014.
Right.
And basically it seeks to give more value to the Okadas. That is all we all want to see. During our campaign in 2024, the issue of Okada was very topical.
Right.
And there was commitment by NDC, President Mama, that if the government, NDC is voted into power, it will want to regularize, find a way of regularizing Okada. Yes. Okada was, and until the assent is given and finality now, it still continues to be illegal. So he wants to legalize it. So that is why the Road Traffic Amendment Bill 2025, was brought to birth. So basically, it's to provide regulatory framework for the use of motorcycles, tricycles, quadricycles, and so on. And you see, it also, having regularized that or legalized that, gives employment. A chunk of our youth are there. And that is why the age of 25 was brought out to 21 to allow for as many people as possible the opportunity to earn a living. And so the ministry will come out in due course about the actual regulations going forward. And basically it's under the DVLA. And so yes, basically to do that. And it also to provide some regulations regarding emissions and so on. and basically safety.
Right.
Because when the regulations are clear, and the fact that drunk driving is also very critical in there, if we ensure that you drive, you don't drink, you drink, you don't drive, it all helps to regulate and ensure safety on our roads, especially around this festive season. So it's timely. And that's why it is good to talk about it.
Right, we'll go there. We'll go into the economic aspect and all that, the job creation, employment, and all that. We engaged the Okada drivers on the street the very day the bill was passed, and we saw the enthusiasm, the happiness, in it. But it seems both caucuses, the majority and minority, are all happy, to assent to this bill. I mean, what informed Parliament's decision to pass it? Was there any, rounding of the table around the passage of the bill? Was there any contention? And how was it diffused? How was it strategically, dealt with to the point of getting to Parliament, and then the passage was done?
Actually, a lot of work has gone into it. The ministry did a lot of work to get this thing this way, or so far. The various stakeholder engagement took place. We are aware that the various associations, I mean the Okada association, they have associations and maybe not unionized because of the fact that it's of the illegality. So these groups were all engaged, and of course the ministry also engaged Parliament. So Parliament leadership all over were all engaged before we just shot the gun. And so if you realize or you see that there is that sort of cooperation or unionism in the whole affair, then that is the reason. Because, see, it's long overdue. The Okada thing is long overdue.
Right.
It's illegal, but they're doing it anyway. So you better check them and make sure that you provide them the necessary support to get it done properly.
Fair enough.
And so don't be disappointed, don't be worried that, or don't be surprised that normally or ordinarily you see the debates, heated debates, in that respect. But, the other side was in support and supported the majority, and that's why we're able to go far.
Well, let's look at, has there been any, from the committee side, which you chair, has there been any stakeholder engagement with the police, the MTTDs, as to how to see to the regulations and also violation of the traffic and all that?
Yes, that happened. Like that? It took place. Before we got to this level, there were initial engagement with the MTTDs, with the police and so on, to the extent that we also even had to go outside the jurisdiction of Ghana to Rwanda and Nigeria, lessons learned, and we get to know from them where have they reached and how successful they have been, particularly in Rwanda. In Rwanda there is Okada, in Nigeria there's Okada, and China and Malaysia, all these areas have Okada. So there is something that we can learn from them. So apart from the Rwandans and African region, going there to learn from them what is happening there. Internally too, we have had a lot of engagement with the major stakeholders, the police, and the Okada union themselves, and so on. This engagement, or this stakeholder engagement, was led by the ministry,
right?
And of course, we as parliamentarians were also involved. And when we got to the table about it, we spoke our minds, we expressed concern about the law or the bill. And I think it is also important that one of the heated areas that came up was the age.
Yes.
The age of 25.
Yes.
Brought down to 21. So initial engagement was still 25. But upon further consultations, reason came to the table that...
Would there have been a little slide to 18 or so?
So one thing, first thing first. So I've always believed that you start from 1 before you go to 2.
Right.
So in order to give room for as many people as possible who are already in it anyway, because they are doing it, so you better make sure that you do it and do it well. The age bracket is very critical. The 21 age bracket is very critical. You would have finished the university, you would have been matured, and all those. So I think that let's start with this. If we go into it and we are seeing progress, reasonable progress, then we can begin to think about escalating it or bringing it down to 18 and even 16. But if it is commercial, I think that it's important that we stay to that age.
Right.
So why would you want to engage a minor in commercial, motorcycling business? So 21 for me is reasonable. If you check the school going age, the universities and all those, I think that reasonably one would have been matured,
right,
relatively, to be able to do this business.
But aside of being a minor, we should also look at whether the ministry is also creating a path of, let's say, compulsory training for, some of these young ones who want to, go into that tangent. Yeah,
I think it's one of the things that the ministry will consider.
Right.
That we give voluntary training. I wouldn't go for compulsory training. It's voluntary training. People should come in voluntary, and I do come. Apart from that, people are also, taking up the pain to take some training. I'm aware of some schools, private schools, that go into training some of this class of, motorcycle users. So before one will be certified to drive for the license, the DVLA want to make sure that they walk you through the process. And so you have the license, means that you've gone through the training. You're not driving. Before you're given license and vehicles and so on, one would have gone through the training.
Yes.
And so when you're going for your license, they walk you through the process to make sure that indeed you qualify to drive. And as soon as you pass the test, why not? So the same thing is going to happen with them. And I'm aware that already private organizations have, brought themselves together to train, the motorcyclists by taking some money from token. So why not?
Are reckless driving also part of it?
Of course, because you see, when you are trained to drive properly.
Yes.
You are trained to abide by the rules and regulations. It's just like driving. When driving, there are rules and regulations, and same as motorcycling. In the north, there's been this concern that why is it that in the north, or northern sector, motorcyclists or people who use the tricycles and motorbikes do abide by the law. When there is traffic, they stop. When there is moving on, they do. But the point is that in the northern sector, motorbikes, have been a major source of transportation, especially in the rural areas. And so therefore, the police, even though, it's illegal for commercial purposes, the police have played very useful role in trying to bring them to order. So most of the time use it as private, travel. And where it is commercial, that is why it is important that we legalize it, give them the training and support to be able to do it and do it. It's always about safety and safety on our roads.
Are we not considering that our streets will be flaunted, by Okada and all that, especially in the Greater Accra, in the heart of Ghana, where, you have so many of the youth, going into that. I mean, buying the Okada bikes because we cannot afford the, Toyota Vitz and Uber and what have you and all that. We believe that when we buy our Okada, we can do our kpakpakpa and then we are good to go.
Yeah, but I think life becomes more simple when these class of commuters or this class of equipment users are regulated. Because I think that the unions will want to provide them with specific locations that they can be packed. And so sometimes you call, they'll come and pick you, and you know the locations, you go and they'll take you. It will not be a matter of littering, because the MTTD will want to make sure that, they just don't litter the areas.
Exactly.
Designated areas where they do have to be packed and certified. Because first of all, you want to have the certificate or the license to ride. And so the unions and the government will make sure that somebody will make sure that they've provided designated areas for them to park and pick passengers going forward. So I don't think so that they will litter the areas now. You go to China, you go to Rwanda and so on, they are regulated and perfectly they're doing the job. So it's understandable that anxieties that, if you allow them, it's all over the place. Let's start. Because I think the MTTDs are ready, the ministry ready, and
the DVLA.
The DVLA very ready. The DVLA,
to see to the licensing.
They make a lot of money as well, because it's not free. And so it's a way of making money and also giving jobs to our teaming youth.
Looking at roadworthy insurance.
And everything. I think that Ghana is an organized place. Ghana, unlike the other countries, I'm proud to be a Ghanaian. Whatever we do it well. So the DVLA are prepared, they are organized, they are ready to usher them into this new era. And that I believe, and I'm very hopeful that good things will come out of that.
What should the Ghanaian people see henceforth? I mean, since the passage of the bill, what are we supposed to? We are looking up to the government. When? How do we start? How does it happen? What do we do? People are not in the know. Like you said, the media would send the education out there. People, engulf it, know what to do and all that. Now you are here. You are the head of the committee. What should we expect after the passage?
So we, as we have oversight responsibilities. The main body, the main area for all these is the Ministry of Transport. So they have the expertise and so on to handle that. The DVLA has that capacity and responsibility in going all these. We oversight and we want to make sure that they do it and do it well. I think soon, or pretty quickly, the ministry and the agency DVLA will bring the appropriate regulations, to guide them. The point is that it's not going to be a new thing. It's already in the system. People are using Okada and they're happy with that. And so when the button is pressed, I think we'll be okay. I'm aware that there's so much in good place now that will serve the public.
Honorable, there's a school of thought, and let me cite it here. The government is doing well. It is a good policy. It will create job. I don't have the means to acquire an Okada. What will the government do for me if the government is producing jobs? What will the government do for me if I am at your gate seeking for help that I need a bike? What will the government do for such people?
Honestly, I can't talk for the government. As an MP, as a parliamentarian, all I can say is that apart from the government, the other private individuals who are ready to invest in it, So if the government want to come in, either the DVLA, the ministry want to come in, where bicycles will be provided for groups, like in the vehicular situation where the GPRTU, they have a way of loaning, they have a bank facility to buy these buses and give it out to their members. The same thing could be done. So when these groups are organized properly or unionized properly, it isn't a difficult thing to have some collateral guarantee for them to be able to acquire this equipment for use. Because first of all, the group want to ensure that all their members are certified, they are disciplined, they are prepared to go by the rules and regulations and so on. So it will not be a problem, when you're vouching for them, supporting them to get some loans to be able to buy the vehicles. And I know there are a lot of people, the MPs too, I have done that in the past and want to do that now, that you provide the youth who are ready to learn or who are ready to use the motorbikes, to have some training, go through the training. Now that the law has been passed, they go through the training and the equipment arrangement, higher purchase basis is not free. When things are free, they don't tend to last. But on a higher purchase basis, they have, and subsidized, then they have a way of going about it, get their bikes, work and pay and move on. I think that the too much good stuff ahead of us. So let's accept it. 21 years, that's fine. We wish it came down, but we start from 1 before we go to 2. Let's get it properly regularized and move on. The regulations will soon be finalized, and I believe that the Okada is going to make a big of change, because in other countries they're doing wonderfully well. Why can't it be in Ghana? We also hope they can do wonderfully well here.
People fear the worsening of accidents a lot, and when we encountered them, this has been some of the, in as much as they are happy about, the passage of the bill, but the worsening of accidents on our streets has also been top of a concern.
Yeah, even with the vehicular situation, there are a lot of accidents. It's attitudinal, the infrastructure, and many things. So, this government has that, if it is roads, the policy on roads is clear. The BIP which is ongoing.
All right.
Now we have the road maintenance, trust fund also sorted out, and so try to give support to road maintenance and so on. So I think that we will give enough infrastructure support to make sure that they survive and do well. I'm very hopeful. I'm very, very hopeful that let's start. Regulations are out. The DVLA people ensure that people that are given the license to ride are doing the right thing. You see, because of the fact that they are not legalized, they are doing it illegally, so in a hurry and many things. But now he does that without any fear because he's certified. He has the helmet. He is not supposed to carry about 3 or 4 and many things. I think Ghanaians are diligent people and that will work. As for accidents, some of them is attitude now. And so we need to check the attitude. We need to make sure that the infrastructure is up to speed and many things. That I think accident will reduce. So we will have to conduct a survey and make sure that now the situation and after the situation. So I think that I'm very hopeful that given the diligence nature of Ghanaians and our people, the issue of accident will be brought to the barest minimum.
What should be the sanction for traffic violation from these people?
I think that the rules are there for the drivers, the vehicles, and I think that the regulations will be there.
Same as the Okadas?
I'm not in a position to confirm that, but I think that motorbike riders have regulations that will end up, if you violate the rules, the sanctions, the courts and everything, I think the judges will have the authority to punish and punish very well. But I will only plead with Ghanaians, just encourage Ghanaians to be patient. Because a lot of people use the motorbikes. They use the Okadas.
Yes.
Okada has come to stay. And that is why I'm not surprised that when we passed this bill, a lot of people were happy. That they were using it anyway, and they're still using it. But if you do something that is acceptable, there's that satisfaction in you that you do it and do it well. If it is illegal, you do something illegal, you steal, you hide, you pretend to do it. Now there's no pretension, there's no, So I am very hopeful that now that we've passed the Okada bill, into law, it's been passed into law, when the assent, everything is done properly, it's super, there's no problem. All you need to do is to support it and make sure that the rules and regulations are followed. And our teaming youth, they will have employment.
Right.
And everything will be orderly. I have no doubt, and I trust in the competence of the DVLA, the director of the CEO, is one of the smartest CEOs ever trying to introduce so many good things into that area. So we're hopeful that shall be well.
Well, lastly, just let me understand the message from you to commuters and riders ahead of the implementation. Just a short message to commuters and riders.
So my message is that finally, the Okada business is not going to be seen as illegal. It is going to be seen as legal. And therefore, we accept them as one of us to support in transporting and commuting. When the rules and regulations are clear, we encourage them to abide by them and use them properly. We are using them anyway, but irregularly, illegally. And now that it's been legalized, I think that you do the right thing. Let's encourage them. So if you board the motorbike, if that's the right way to do, you want to make sure that you also understand the rules yourself. So if you have to be on the helmet, it's your life. Ensure you insist that you are on your helmet. And if the rule is not to take more than 2 or more than 1, you ensure that it's not for free because he's taking money from you. So let's accept them. It's a new wave of business, transport business or transportation business. Let's accept that. And there are a lot of technology coming through in this business or in this industry.
Politically, are there any interferences? This was one of the major campaign promises or policies of the NDC. And you've delivered. I mean, in as much as people were, snooping through the window, skipping long, are they going to implement it? Are they going to do something about it? What are these people doing? But The legislators know best. What is best for the people is what they constitute. Now, political interference. Do you think you achieve it in a 4-year tenure that you've been given granted by Ghanaians?
We just started. As soon as the button is pressed and we move on, it's ongoing. And we promised and we have delivered. That's it. I personally wouldn't want to make a lot of noise about it, but we deliver. We are people who deliver. NDC delivers. You know, I don't want to go into those economy development, and many things. But for this one, we have delivered. We promised them that we legalize it, we legalize it, and soon it will be actionalized. I mean, it will be put into action properly. When the regulations are clear and finalized and the button is pressed, we have finalized our promise. And many more will come up, and it's something that I will encourage Ghanaians, that we are not making too much political capital out of it, but it's a normal thing to do. We promised and we delivered, like we've delivered in other areas in the economy and on roads and many things. We are resetting in Ghana. All these are part of the resetting agenda.
Right.
And so we started. We started resetting in roads. We started a big push. And we talked about the DRIP, and we talked about the road maintenance, brought to speed. And road maintenance has been inaugurated. The board has been inaugurated. Big push has started. The Okada is also, the law has been passed. And together, transportation is being improved. Transport is one of the major economic movers and shakers in the system. And so if we ensure that our roads are in good shape, if you are sure that the vehicles are in good shape and the motorbikes and tricycles have been regulated properly, the regulatory framework that is being set now, is something that is used and used properly, why not? The sky is the limit.
Is this an affirmation that the NDC government will transform the road sector completely?
Completely. It started. I will give you statistics maybe at a appropriate time.
The road or transport sector.
Yes, exactly so. It started. We started it. The big push. You see, there's virtually every place is under construction in Ghana here. The big push has started, but in the beginning stages, when you start altering the earth, I'm talking about construction, there'll be a bit of discomfort, but in no time it will be better. The groundwork is ongoing, and as far as I'm concerned, the road maintenance situation is going to be better. Our challenge has been maintaining our roads. That has been the obeying. We have been negligent in maintenance of our roads. And now that the Road Maintenance Trust Fund and I'm the chairman for the board, and so we are committed to be ensuring that road maintenance is a priority. And that is the priority of the president, because it's part of the resetting agenda, and the road sector has it. The big push, the Road Maintenance Trust Fund, and the DRIP, all together trying to transform the road industry in Ghana.
All together trying to transform the road industry in Ghana. We are speaking to Honorable Isaac J. Mensah. He's the Member of Parliament for Wassa East. We are still discussing the road sector, transport sector.
So that's an exclusive conversation. My colleague Dominic Ansapron speaking to the MP for Wassa East, that is Honorable Isaac J. Mensah, and he's also on the Parliamentary Select Committee on Road and Transport. There is still watching Business Edge today on Metro TV. We're on till 2 p.m. At this point, we're coming in studio. We have a conversation, and that is about the Importers and Exporters Association. The Executive Secretary is here with me. We'll be talking about 2025, how things have been. We know that there's been an introduction of a system at the ports that is supposed to make everything seamless. How has that been so far? We know this year they paid a courtesy call to the Bank of Ghana governor. They have also held a number of presses where they've talked about how the year has been. They've been commenting on the strength of the cedi and how it's affecting business, positively, as we've seen this year to be. So all of that conversation we're going to be having with, this man is no stranger to the table, and he's here with us today. Is the Executive Secretary for the Ghana Importers and Exporters Association, Samson Asaki Awingobit, is here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you as well.
Yeah. How How are you, preparing for that when it gets to Christmas? What's your preparation like?
It's been tough. It's busy. It's such a busy. You could see how there's traffic everywhere.
It's crazy. There's traffic everywhere.
That shows that we are really, really close to the season, and we had a very good economic returns. We had a very good currency stability. Ghanaians really are going to enjoy the Christmas. To the latter, I can see that our markets are full. I'm not getting any complaints from traders saying that the market is empty. It means that there's patronage of Christmas goods. And we are appealing to every business person, especially my jurisdiction importers, that the stability that we've really enjoyed, the city stability, inflation stability, currency stability, whatever, we should reduce the prices of goods to reflect into the ordinary Ghanaian citizens, so that they won't be complaining, because we have really benefited, and so for that matter, we have to give back to society.
What kind of products do come into the country at this point during this year time?
Oh, this is consumable product. It should be consumable product, including shoes, all right. Food, of course, frozen chicken and meat, tomatoes, mackerels, rice. This is the movable items at this point in time. Because this is a festive, it's a season. And so every home would want to cook, isn't it? We want to fill the Christmas. And one thing about Ghana is that you will not know the difference between Christians and Muslims, because we all enjoy together. And so, in as much as we are Christians, our Muslim brothers will also visit our homes. So the way when they come to Big Salah and we visit their homes and chew the meat, we should also. It's unfortunately that when they come to Christmas or New Year, you will not see the cows and the goats being bought massively like when it comes to Salah.
I think with Christmas it gets to be chicken.
Exactly. No, it's not only chicken. We should also go and buy. If you go to Tlaku, the cattle are there. If you go to Tlaku, the animals are there, the goats are there. We should also go and buy, because that's the only way you can let the family enjoy as well.
Right.
Yes. So I think that it's been good a year. I think the research even shows that public confidence with the President Mahama have shown that things have been good, and that's why there's no too much noise in the street.
And I'm going to begin from where you just left off. New government comes in, but there's a president who's been here before.
Yes.
And there were expectations regarding his first year in office. From your quarters, how would you rate the president in terms of business, in terms of these policies for you?
If you give me 1 to 5, I would say 4%.
4%?
If you give me 1 to 5, I would say 4%. If you give me 1 to 100, I would tell you 80%.
80%. What's been the top one for you?
The topmost one is stabilizing the city.
Right.
City stability is the topmost thing, because everybody, as you sit here, you are looking to your pocket. Isn't it?
True.
Everybody here, from the cameras to yourself to myself, we are looking into our pocket. We are looking into what we have in terms of what we feed ourselves, we feed our children. If you go to the market, are you able to procure something? Are you able to buy something?
Right.
If I'm holding 20 cedis this period, and I check or I compare 20 cedis same time last year, what I will use 20 cedis to buy today, wouldn't have used 20 cedis to buy at the time. And so city stability is the topmost thing everywhere, every sector of the economy.
Right.
Then followed by the inflation. Because if I were having 100 Ghana cedis last year and today, and at that time inflation was 28 or even at 54, you remember? And so if inflation is now at single digit, what it means is that my city that I'm holding at hand is stronger.
Right.
Then prime rate has also come down, referencing rate. So what it means is that if I had gone to look for loan facility to do business in last year by this time, the interest rate I was going to get would not be less than 27, 28 or 30%.
Okay.
Today, if I should go back to the commercial bank to look for loan same loan to do my facility, expand my facility or my business, I am quite optimistic that the rate will be between, if you are able to negotiate, you can get 17, 18, or 19%.
Right. So I see that all of these things.
So when you put all these things together, you will see that. That is why I said, you've not seen. I mean, you all run programs from morning to evening. You have seen people calling and crying.
No,
and
but there's a section of the public who say that even though we've seen the reduction in the inflation, single digits, the city has been stable.
Yes.
Some products on the market.
Oh no, that's where I was trying to land.
Right.
You go to the market, there's quite stability of the prices. Prices have really come down.
Prices have come down or stayed same.
Prices have really come down. In fact, if I have been appealing to people that when you go to the market, don't stay to one side. Don't say, what's your name?
Okay, so Desmond, you go to Desmond's store.
So it's not because I used to know Desmond all the way every day. If I go to Desmond, maybe the person you know is rather killing you. Walk in the market. That's why market is a place that you go to walk, to look for what you want, look for the quality, and also look mindful of prices.
Okay.
So go around the market, you definitely get the same product. Desmond is dealing, another person is dealing the same product. That person has reduced. That's why I like the Nigerians. They are quick to guess. If it's 5 cities, they'll take 5 cities and go. And then our people will say they want to have 20%, 20 cities profit. So you see, they'll definitely go there and buy the product from them. So we have to be strategic. We have to reduce the price. And indeed, last year by this time, we were using let's say, 15 cities or more, or 14 cities in calculating duty.
Yeah.
As we speak at the harbor, it's between 11.5. It was 10.2 from April all the way to August. So your duty that you used to pay 600,000 Ghana cedis definitely comes to like 400,000 Ghana cedis. Some that used to pay like 500,000 Ghana cedis definitely comes to like 350,000 Ghana cedis.
Right.
So you have made some savings. Then if you used to use electronic means in paying from your another bank account to another bank account to pay, you were paying 1% levy. If you are paying a duty of 1 million and you have to pay, because the electronic payment, e-levy was not just for Momo to Momo. Any electronic means of transfer, was affected. Is that not it?
Right.
So 1% of $1 million or 1 million Ghana cedis, it's a huge thing. Okay. So they scrap it. So that also brought down your cost of doing businesses. Then this recent budget that we are entering into 2026, we've got been so good on us. Definitely, COVID levy is gone. And so these are things that you have to reduce the prices of goods.
Okay.
And so if you go to the market and the prices are not reduced, just move to the next shop. And I think that the market forces would even force us to reduce the prices.
So basically, don't go to one trader.
No, don't go to one trader.
Just move around and just rate for yourself what the prices are.
I've seen you brought AI here.
Across. And that was the conversation that the next time I was going to talk about other ports. I remember a few weeks ago.
Last week, I did a press conference.
Yes, that was a press conference,
Thursday.
actually.
Yes,
I was going to refer to this group. I've forgotten the name. We had them here. They had been agitating that customs and some people at the port were extorting money from them, although there was a system that was supposed to make things easier. And then the conversation about the AI system at the ports and how it's supposed to make business at the ports, quite easy and seamless. And you had that presser last week, and a few things. Let me read some of the quotes I saw here on the socials. Okay, I'll get that. But you were speaking on the business performance review and current happenings in the country's port sector.
So I raised issues in our press conference we talk about the gains that the importers have made.
Right.
We've talked about the gains the government will also have to make, and how Christmas will be well celebrated this year, because people patronize it because of the cost of doing business have come down drastically. And then I talk about the systems in the port. The system in the port is very robust, my brother Desmond. I cannot run away. I'm not just fabricating. That's the reality on the ground. The systems in the port is very robust. The whole world, South Korea is the best place in terms of customs,
right?
And custom system solutions. So this system that we are using called ICOM is Unipass from South Korea. So if you, I have told government of Ghana that if you think that there is defects or the delivery is not up to capacity, what you should do is that pick the custom officers, take them out of the country, go to Japan, go to Singapore, go to South Korea.
To go and understand.
Let them learn, let them go for fresher training there, and you bring them back. Because the system is there, sitting here. The architecture is very perfect. You cannot tell me that the system you are using, the ICOM system, is flawed. No, I won't take that because I know the process that we go through. Then, of course, and now we have been told that IDF about 100 and is it 81 or 81 or 91 IDF were pulled from the system, and they realized that about 91 billion Ghana cedis was sent out of this country in the name of import. And when it's shortfall to 31 billion, what it means that the 31 billion did not actually come back, either in the form of import or whatever. So government think that there could probably be some level of money laundering or some criminalities ongoing. And so the finance minister, in reading the 2026 budget, said he has referred some individuals and companies to some security agencies to investigate. I'm ready for it. However, he went ahead to state that he wants to introduce an AI because there's leakages of revenue in our port. And so when I went to check the company, it's called True Dare Investment. That's the company name, True Dare Investment. Yeah. And this company was established in 28. Look at the objective of it. The company was established in 28 December 2024. That's after we voted.
The company was established just a year ago.
And then came to Ghana, and it wasn't established in Ghana, it was established in Cyprus.
Okay.
And came to Ghana 30th September 2025.
And came to Ghana 30th September 2025.
So such a company, how can it be very robust than a company that has been in existence for over 5 years now? And I think that I tried to put up some data to back my support for or my debate on. It's not about giving a dog a bad name and then hanging it. Look, this is the system that we are using at the port to collect the duty since 2019. 2019, they came in the second quarter. Okay. They gave us a duty collection of 12 billion Ghana cedis.
Right.
In 2020, there was full year. They gave us another 12 billion 835 million Ghana cedis plus. 2023 was the second year, was the third year. 2021, sorry, was the third year. It gave us 16 billion 028 million Ghana cedis plus. In 2022, which was the first, second, third, fourth, the fourth year, it gave us 22 billion 186 million Ghana cedis collected from the port. In 2023, it gave us 30 billion.
30 billion?
Yes, 678 million Ghana cedis plus.
Right.
In 2024, which was an election year, it gave us $45 billion as Ghana cedis, 270 million Ghana cedis.
So if these figures are anything to go by.
January, this year, 2025, January to September alone was when I got this figure. We have collected 39 billion 164 million 647,379.10. Now, in terms of dollarization, last year we collected $3 billion, $108 million, $226,000, 482.40 cents. January to December this year, we have already collected $3 billion, $179 million, $125,000, 238.11 cents. So this is the collection that we've made so far, January to September. So we have last 3 quarters hasn't come. October hasn't come.
November
hasn't come.
And certainly
and
December
will come. So let's end the year. What I saw, and I know President myself also went into the conversation to say that having brought the pressure down. All the economic indicators is good. They were thinking that they will make more revenue from the port, but the revenues in the port is not adding up. I want to use this opportunity to say that yes, it's true, but in terms of cargo throughput coming to the country, we have seen the numbers increase.
Okay.
But where we are not, the revenue is not adding. It's not only left to only leakages alone. That's what I want to put. I want to correct, because in January when he took over, President Mahama took over, the duty rate they were using was 13 cedis to the dollar. In calculating duty. But in April, your budget came to correct all the challenges, and so the 13 cedis dropped to 10.2. And it stayed 10.2 all the way from April, May, June, July, August.
Oh, okay.
Then it now moved to 10.9, then now as I speak, 11.5. So definitely your revenues will drop. Because of the stability. Now it's not only the importers are enjoying, you, the president or the government, you are also enjoying, because you should have looked for more cedis to buy more dollars, to go and pay your loan.
But is it not a case that since it's been reduced, then more trade will be happening?
No, so that's what I just told you. The rate that we are using in calculation. Because if you have an invoice value of 100,000,
okay,
and they are using 10.2, so maybe we are paying 20% of it, and they use 10.2. Definitely the value will not be the same as when it was 14
or 15.
So I've been 15 or 16 cities perhaps. And if the port were to be using 16 cities to calculate duty, we would have had noise in the town.
Okay.
Because it would have increased the cost of living. So the AI is coming to do what? The AI says there's leakage. And so he's coming to cover all this leakage. Now the question I ask is, the AI, is it going to plug into the ICOM system? Yes, which is true. Is he going to rely on the ICOM system to get his data? Because the information we enter, my people, the agents enter in the port. If you are going to clear your cargo for this month, the information that they enter to go to custom for them to use to process the clarification and violation and come out with the BOE report for you to pay the duty, is the same information. As soon as the agent puts in, this AI company say they should transfer to them. So by the time you are putting into transfer to them, they get the information and say this is the value. They are not going to be outside the world taking information from primary source. No.
It's going to be from the same source.
They have no muscles. Because a company that was established in 28th of December, came to Ghana September 30th. You think that company has muscles to have their agents all over the world. So wherever we are importing, they get the real custom declaration document there and sent to custom in Ghana. You know the reason is that the thing that importers come to Tema and then start changing tampering with the but let me state categorically. There are other countries that you cannot, the exporter there cannot tamper with the export document because they have incentives. The countries pay them, compensate them for more export. When they do more export, at the end of the year, they get tax rebate. So if in some country, if you tamper, they will hang you, like China and others, they will hang you. That's corruption, isn't it?
Because you're letting in money.
Yes. So the ICOMs, even customs has custom-to-custom cooperation. They can get that information. We don't need an AI. All what I'm saying is that give the staff a very good training. Take them out of the country. Take them to South Korea. Let them explore and come back. You see.
So your case, to break it down, is that there's a system already working. If you believe that that system is not giving you as much as you'd want, although the numbers are impressive, you still want more.
Exactly.
So train them to be able to understand the system and how it works now,
and also,
and not bring in a new
I am not saying at the port they are saints. So weed off the corrupt ones.
How do they do that?
Oh, they know.
They know the people.
The Ministry of Finance, the custom bosses, they should have the supervisors who should be in the field there to make sure that custom officer doesn't connive with an importer to shortchange government revenue. If you are caught, you name and shame or dismissed to self-deterrent. Is that not it?
Right.
National securities should not go and harassing importers when they pay their rightful duties and they leave the port. So anything you see those in caliber, you weed those people off in the system and reward people who work with their height and their heart and their mind to serve their nation. Reward them. Let people see how you rewarded the people in the glare of their colleagues. So you know that if you do good, you are being rewarded. If you do bad, you'll be weed off in the system.
Yeah.
So that we recruit. I mean, a lot of thousands youth are out there looking for a job. They want to join custom. Do you understand?
Yes.
So recruit.
And that's why I was saying that a couple of weeks back, there was a group that joined us. I've forgotten the name.
Okay.
They had been talking about some harassment from customs officers.
Who shouldn't be?
And they came with the what's it called? The actual message, the actual message from that particular custom officer. And what he was requesting for, which was not the amount that was supposed to be paid.
Yeah, so anytime I had the opportunity like this, I advise that if you are an importer and your free forwarder call you that bring the money for me to pay the duty, first and foremost, ask for the BOE number. When you go on your phone, the ICOMS is a web base. When you Google ICOMS, it will pop. Then you just enter the number. You will see all the taxes you're supposed to pay, how much you're supposed to pay. You can go and pay on your own. And then if the charges and the supply handling charge, you can send that one to the agent to go and pay. You need not to give all the money to the agent to go and pay. Just ask for your BOE number. Anybody, any agent who's a truthful agent will give you. And also, you are the one who bring the goods. You know how many quantities are in the container. Please tell your agent to declare the actual. Don't let agent tell you that I can do something. And you see, that is why they call us thieves. Because you let an agent deceive you, say, oh, I can do something, knowing that the cargo in the container is about 2,700 pieces.
Right.
Then you go and declare 2,000, leave the 700, or 1,005, and leave,
the rest.
Some amount.
Yeah.
Then when the officer sitting at CTSB, customer head office, working on the classification and come out with a duty bill for you to go and pay. Haven't seen, he hasn't cited the goods. He doesn't know what's in there. But he's working based on information or facts that the agent have sent to him. So we have an examination officer at the field there. That's why they say they open it and bring all the goods. When they bring all the goods and now say, no, the quantity that you declare on the BOE doesn't tally with what they've seen. Then they will now start calling you the importer and say, you will see some collection. Officer and say, Obeji say. No, you see, don't. When we go to Europe, that is not what is happening. Look, I travel. When I'm traveling, you get to airport here. When you are going through the travel, then after immigration officer clear you to go to, then they will ask you, when you are coming back from outside, you reach airport, they are asking you, but when you go to other countries, custom, you get pass. Immigration, they get check your things, you pass. That's how it's supposed to work. Because those people are also paid the same thing. Right.
Another concern also is about the custom officers getting into the container. If a container arrives, and then they want to pick whatever they want in the goods that are in that particular container. So drop everything down.
Which is also not right. Because if you are clearing your cargo and customer want to take everything that they open the sea, they want to take. They want to pick for what? Which is not right. The port there is not there for you to go. It's not charitable organization for you to go and be taking people's things. Do you understand?
Right.
Yes, but if you are doing your things right, you can defend yourself and say, look, officer, you won't take anything. I paid duty for it. In fact, if agents and importers will be honest enough, this bringing out, opening container and bringing everything out, intrusive examination shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be done.
If you pay your duty, you should go to the port and load your container, you go your way.
Right.
It shouldn't be. But you see, because of we made them.
It's been encouraged.
We made them for them to know that no, importers are not truthful. So every container they want to bring, you go to Golden Jubilee. All the time, my colleagues, the free forwarders are complaining. The open container, then rain is coming.
Right.
And so as rain is coming, it's beating their words. So they are not happy. But if you are truthful, tell the agent that please declare what I brought. I'm ready to pay my duty and take my goods. I don't want anyone to come and
So as an importer,
that's the way to be done.
Just be truthful. That is what your executive secretary
we can push that,
is telling you.
You can always side the container. Something on the container gets open and say, okay, it's a munko. Oh, a car battery, munko. A car engine, munko. That's not supposed to be happening.
Samson, thank you very much for coming.
I'm grateful.
We appreciate you always being with us when we need you throughout the year.
Nice to be here. Mary, let me use this opportunity to wish all His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, his government, his Minister of Finance, the Governor of Bank of Ghana, and their management. They have done well. They've made business this year look very lucrative. We look forward to see next year being the best year as well. And we want to see all these positive indicators being transferred to next year. Okay. Even they should do better next year for all of us. I feel come to
Hey, you didn't say yours. How do you say it in your language?
Oh, Dit yum pal. Nit bunia. Yum te wana katekol mo pank. Katekol mo la fe tinu kula. Wina asaka tena katedri smampik. Ne mahampa usgudan kapu kosa kwa kosa na nam kwa no magazine amne kwa na nam kwa mpose pa Samson Asake.
Thank you very much for coming through. Samson Asake, Awingo Bitis executive. What? Imposia.
Thank you.
Okay, Imposia, Samson. All right, so you're still watching Business Edge. Well, the Chartered Institute of Management Accounts or Management Accountants, CIMA, they have been talking about some upgrading with their profession, and they've emphasized that it is dedicated to advancing the expertise of finance professionals and business leaders in Ghana through the upgrade of its CGMA professional qualification. I was speaking to our news team, Daniel Prendergast, FCMA CGMA Technical Director, Professional Qualification at CIMA, said the institute continues to work closely with employers to ensure its qualifications remain relevant in today's fast-changing business environment. Let's take a look at the story. We'll come back and continue.
The Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, CIMA, has upgraded its CGMA professional qualification to strengthen the development of finance professionals in Ghana. According to CIMA, the updated syllabus is designed to reflect today's fast-changing business environment, equipping professionals with practical future-ready skills. Speaking to our news team, Daniel Prendergast, Technical Director for Professional Qualification at CIMA, said the institute continues to work closely with employers to ensure relevance across both public and private sectors.
Initially, we were supporting professionals directly from the UK, but nearly 20 years ago, we strengthened that commitment by opening an office in Accra. Since then, Ghana has grown into one of the fastest growing communities of the CGMA designation holders on the continent. You'll find our members in many senior roles across organizations like MTN Ghana, KPMG, the Ghana Armed Forces, and the police services, and each and every one of those is helping drive the performance, the accountability, and growth within their respective companies and the economy. Therefore, CIMA plays a critical role in developing that next generation of finance directors and CFOs. We are helping giving them the strategic, the digital, and the ethical capabilities which Ghana's economy demands. And because CIMA was founded in 1919 and now benefits from a global alliance with AICPA, our CGMA designation is recognized worldwide as a benchmark of excellence. For Ghana, this means access to world-class finance training, global networks, and professionals who can help organizations grow, can help them create jobs, attract investment, and quite honestly, manage risk effectively.
CIMA says the upgrade would help finance professionals support sustainable business growth and national development in Ghana.
Right, so that's the story about CIMA and what they have been doing. We've got another conversation before we wrap up on the show as we're getting towards Christmas and the New Year. Well, Dr. Efia Ajinsam Amponsa is here in the studio. She's founder of the Dr. Next Door Network, and she's got a groundbreaking initiative, something great coming up early next year. I want to talk about it. It is hashtag 3000on30. I don't understand. She is here to explain that to all of us so we can understand what this means. Dr. Amponsa, welcome to the program. Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to you and your viewers.
Yeah, thank you too. I know you've been busy trying to put all of this together. So
I have.
how you getting ready for the Christmas?
The Christmas I've jumped over. I've passed over to New Year. I've passed over to New Year.
Okay, because you've got this baby after that you can now rest and and enjoy that. But for many of us who are getting to see you for the very first time, who is Dr. Amponsa? I mean, what have you been doing over the period? And you could just share that quickly before we get into this initiative.
Okay. So I'm Dr. Efia Ajinsam Amponsa, and I'm the Doctor Next Door. That's how I brand myself.
Right.
I believe in making medicine come as close as possible. So I do so with relatable viral content on TikTok, on Instagram. I also have a podcast called The Fee Show. where I invite women of varying backgrounds to share their story, to encourage the youth. So I've been doing this for quite some time, and I love what I do. I love engaging women. I love advocating for women. I'm an author of 3 books. They are not centered on women, but then it's self-development books.
Okay.
So it's something I really love to do, and that's what led to the initiative of 3,030.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
to screen 3,000 women.
3,000 women.
Yes, in 30 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 3,030.
Yeah.
That's great to hear. But really, for you, when we talk about women, when we talk about girls, what is it for you that, of course, you're a woman, that brings out that passion in you that makes you want to do the things you're doing?
So I realized that in the communities that we are coming up, women are at the very core. So we are the core of family, we are the core of relationships, just in every other setting, even in the workplace. But hardly do you find women taking time out to take care of themselves. It's now becoming a norm over the years, but it's not something that has been perfected, because we would rather save money to buy something for our children, for our husbands, for our mothers, fathers, than to spend it on ourselves. We would always think of ourselves last, speaking from my experience and the people I've seen as well. So the whole atmosphere of self-care is now developing in our society, and I'm a huge advocate for that, because I feel like you can only pour from a cup that is full. You can't pour from an empty cup. So as much as possible, organizing programs and meetings to fill up the cup of women emotionally, mentally, and physically.
That's quite interesting. Okay, that's quite interesting. We're going to talk about that later off air.
No problem.
But you have women who are mothers who are mothers and wives and professionals,
yes,
and all of that. And you've got young girls who are now coming up.
Yes.
When you engage these two, what do you say to the first set, as I mentioned, the mother, the wife, the professional? What do you say to them? And then for the young girls who are now coming up also, what's that thing that you tell them, as a means of empowering them?
Okay, so for the earlier group, which I fall under, it is most of the times the path that you are charting hasn't been charted before.
Okay.
We grew up having parents or grandparents that are fulfilling one role at a time. So it's very difficult to find them doing mother, wife, entrepreneur, or professional at the same time. We always say that you can't have it all, but can you really? So for someone in that kind of space, which I personally am, is prioritize your goals, prioritize yourself. If you are a spiritual person, you have to start from the bottom up. If you don't fill your cup spiritually, mentally, emotionally, you cannot give to your husband, you cannot give to your children, because you have nothing in you to offer anyways. And for those who are coming up, focus, and patience. That has been the very core of my life. I started business at the age of 15. I started selling clothes and T-shirts and stuff like that before I started writing books.
Right.
And the key anthem that has been for me over the years is focus and patience. Don't compare yourself to someone who is 10 years ahead in any industry, in whether it is hair business that you want to do, medicine, lawyer, nursing. There's a story to be told, and life unfolds in bits. And it would be fully on your part for you to compare your journey to someone's 10-year milestone.
Right.
What you see on social media is just a highlighted reel. You don't know the background work that has been done, the sweat and the toil. So whilst you are in your process, focus on your next step. Focus on your destination. Build yourself up so that when you find yourself in places that you have been called to, you wouldn't fall short of the glory and the platform that you have been given.
I like that. It's a very good one. It's a good one. So now let's talk about the initiative, the program, 3rd to 4th of January. That's when you're having it.
Yeah.
What should we expect on that day?
Wow. I don't know if I should say day because it's 30 hours.
So I actually thought about it though. So 30 hours, what is it going to start?
So it's starting at 10 a.m. on Saturday. That's next week Saturday.
Okay, on the 3rd?
So it's starting on the 3rd at
Right.
10 a.m. up until 4 p.m. So it's going to be overnight. I mean, doctors do night shifts, so straight up 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We are going to be doing various health screenings. So we are doing the blood sugar, which is the diabetes we normally call it, the blood pressure, hypertension, BMI. We are doing malaria test kits if you feel like you are feeling feverish.
Right.
We check for you hepatitis B. Most people don't know that hepatitis kills faster than HIV, and they don't check it. You have to get vaccinated. But before you get vaccinated, just come and check if you have hepatitis B. HIV would be opted for. We'll do cervical cancer awareness and breast cancer screening. We have some of our sponsors like Top Up Pharmacy giving us free medications, and then discounted medications as well. And there are going to be various health talks that are going to happen. Now that's the medical part, but in between we are going to have aerobics. So there'll be morning aerobics, there'll be night aerobics, and at 10 p.m. on the 3rd.
On the 3rd.
For us to go through the night, we are going to have a movie in the park.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so whilst you come out there and you're watching a movie, we are taking care of your health. So it's going to be exciting. I'm excited. It's never been done before in Ghana.
No, it actually sounds very exciting. From 10 a.m. on 3rd, all through the night till the next day, and you're having movies and all of those things.
Yeah.
It's only for the ladies.
People keep asking me. So we want to generate some sort of data and also create an awareness for women's health and prioritizing their self-care. So it is channeled towards women. But if you're a male and you come, you'd also be seen for free. You're not going to pay anything at all. You just won't be counted because we are trying to collect data for women.
Okay, and it's free?
It's free, completely free. Nothing to be paid for.
I just had to ask that. Is it free? Everything is free during that period from the 3rd to the 4th of January. The venue again?
Ifwa Sutherland Park, the children's park.
Okay. So that's just,
That's just
on the stretch. So please make sure that you're making your way to the Ifwa Sutherland Park from the 3rd of January at 10 a.m. to the 4th of January. That's Sunday, 4 p.m.
Till Sunday, 4 p.m.
Yes, till Sunday, 4 p.m. You come and, just be part of this amazing initiative by Dr. Efia Amponsa. Will we have some of your books there?
Yes, my books will be sold there, definitely. There's going to be National Health Insurance Scheme, a free registration. There's also going to be a blood donation drive. There's going to be so many things happening. Marie Stopes is coming. They're going to be talking about family planning. So it's going to be exciting. Everything that has to do with your health sorted on that day.
Very important one. So make sure you are there. 3,000 in 30. That's 3,000 women will be looked at. And that's going to be screened in 30 hours. So make sure that you are there. Everything is free on that day. So come meet Dr. Amponsa and her colleagues, all those who are on board to make sure that this becomes successful. And it definitely would be. So thank you very much, Doc, for coming. Someone's asking that, the screening is free? Is the treatment free also?
So medications are free. Everything is free.
So everything is free on the day also. Just come get screened.
So if you're not coming, I don't know why you're not coming.
Get screened for free, and if there are medications that you need, you definitely get that also for free. But I'm sure if there are any other things, then
there'll be referrals and consultations. And all
so the time again is 3rd January, or the date is 3rd January at 10 a.m. through to Sunday, 4th January at 4 p.m. It's going to be moving in the park, aerobics, all of that. So the gentlemen, please listen to this. Take your wives, your girlfriends, your your daughters, your aunties, your mothers, your grandmothers, everyone in your life. Make sure you take it there to the Ifwa Sutherland Park to be part of this great initiative. So that's it for the show today. But before we go, Doc, season of Christmas. So what's your favorite Christmas carol?
Which one is Dashing Through the Snow?
Jingle bells.
Jingle bells.
Oh, okay,
yes.
okay. Don't worry, I cannot start from the top, so I can only sing jingle. That's great. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Once again, I want to thank all of you out there who came out to your numbers on Saturday to be part of the Metro TV Jollof Festival. We're grateful that you came to be part. Dr. Dinka, we invited the next year for her to be part, to the vendors, to all the guests who came through, to us here at Ignite Media. We appreciate all of you so much. So yeah, next year is going to be super, the Metro TV Jollof Festival. Many thanks for watching the show. My name is Desmond Okreku-Danso, and from myself and the whole crew, those in studio, those in the control room, everybody, we wish you a Merry Christmas. We're back here tomorrow. I think tomorrow will be our final for the festivities, and then we'll be back. But many thanks for being part of the show. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Bye-bye.
The ultimate celebration of African culture, music, fashion and food is back this dirty December in Accra, Ghana. The Afro Future Festival. Join us on the 28th and 29th of December 2025 at the